Welcome. It is football time here in Albany, Georgia. We are excited and ready as your Georgia Firebirds are set to take on the Columbus Lions out of Columbus, Georgia. I'm Eric Tabor, bringing you all the play-by-play action, and joining me on the broadcast tonight is Ken Jones, and welcome to the broadcast, Ken.
Oh, yes. Glad to be here, Eric. Glad to be here. I saw the first time these teams played. We won't mention anything about it because it's a new season starting tonight for them against this team. They've gotten better. They've acquired new players. It should be a pretty good contest tonight.
And I'm excited tonight, not only because we've got some new players on the roster, but we're wearing the pink unis today.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, look kind of sharp there.
And we just had the coin toss, and the Firebirds win the toss, but they deferred to the second half, so we will be kicking the ball off to start this contest. The Columbus Lions are a familiar foe. About 6 guys on that roster were part of the arena team that was here prior to that, the Albany Panthers. So it's going to be interesting because there's some familiarity with several of these guys with this arena.
I saw some of the rivalries from the first game that they played. I didn't know exactly what was going on, but now that you just educated me on that, now I understand.
So we are almost set for some rock'em sock'em action as Isaiah Jupiter, Zach Brown, and Nate Simmons were the captains for your Firebirds, and we're getting set for some action. Hold on to your chairs. It's about to go down. All right, kid, you missed out on a treat last week as the Firebirds pulled out the W against the Myrtle Beach Freedom. They dug themselves an early 20-2 hole, but were able to come back and win the ball game.
I tell you what, against Columbus, they're going to have to slow the tempo down. They can't outrun this team, so they're going to slow this tempo down, keep that offense on the field. Just the opposite usually, try to get the defense off the field, but they're going to need to keep that offense on the field. Slow, take up a lot of time, because we both know that the Columbus Lions definitely are a scoring machine.
They do that, but the biggest thing that they have is a defensive back, and this is going to be the biggest thing, is Chad Spencer is set to kick this off for the Firebirds. Maybe he can get us a deuce and start this game off the right way.
Oh, that'd be real nice.
Here's the run-up and kick by Spencer. High, end over end. That one's going to go out of bounds into the Firebirds near their locker room, so that ball will come out to the 20-yard line, first down and 10, and I am excited to see this first play. It's some of the Columbus Lions. One of them that really rings a bell for me is going to be number 55. We used to call him Big A, Aaron Wheeler, for the Lions. He used to be a former Panther, and he is a very agile offensive lineman at 340 pounds. He's 6'4", 340, but they use him at fullback.
Yeah, last game they used him at fullback. That's a monster. That's a big beast to bring down on the offense.
Casey Katz at quarterback under center. Here's the snap. He's going to throw the quick screen out. The pass is complete out to number 6, Jermaine Fortson. He's a 6'3", 225-pounder from Florida State University.
Forson's fast. He's big. Got great hands. I don't know how many touchdowns he had in the first game, but he is definitely somebody they're going to have to deal with. The Columbus Lions have been around a long time, whereas the Georgia team is fresh and new.
14-17 on the clock as it still continues to run, and we've got some movement up front. Moving a little early is Ralph Scott, one of these new signees for the Firebirds.
Can't afford to give Columbus anything free.
Ralph Scott is newly acquired from the Atlanta Vultures. So with that 5-yard penalty, that's going to give the Lions a first down and spot the ball on the 16-yard line.
Let's see what we have going on now.
The officials want to make sure it's a 1st and 10, so here we go as Katz goes under center. High motion man is John Harris. He's going to throw it out. Pass is complete on the screen, and they're going to pick up close to 10 yards on the play.
Columbus looks like they're going to start out with showing that they can definitely move the ball. Here we are already, 13:05 left to go in the first quarter, and they're down to the 5-yard line already.
Michael Reeves on the reception. Aaron Wheeler checks out of the game, and they are bringing in, it looks like, my main man, and I always talk about him in at fullback, and that's going to be, so we've got a stoppage in play. It's going to be a timeout on Columbus.
Coach looks a little agitated for Columbus.
And I really don't blame him on that. You burn a timeout, and it's something that might come back to bite you. We've got 12:42 to go in the first quarter, and Columbus is moving the ball fairly efficiently on some screen passes. They're getting yardage after the catch, and they're taking advantage of that Firebird defense playing off.
Also the size. I mean, this Columbus Lions team, they are huge. They are some big boys out there. And you're looking at, Wheeler's not even in the game right now.
Jason Gibson, the head coach of the Columbus Lions, they are the last year's PIFL champion. Larry Edwards is who I was talking about earlier. Larry Edwards is checked in at fullback for the Lions. Cates calling out the signal. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to Edwards. Edwards tries to make a move inside, and he is met. And that was one of the matchups I would have loved to see, as he gets maybe a yard on the play. And that was the matchup I wanted to see in week 1. Zach Brown against Larry Edwards, and I'm seeing it right here.
Your guy, Zach Brown, just makes the tackle.
They're going to give him a forward progress to first down, 1st and goal on the 5-yard line. Deion Small declares as the tight end for the Lions. Cates under center. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to Edwards again. Edwards makes a move, and it's going to be met. But they're going to give him a yard and a half, maybe 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 3. And
Andre Revere. I mean, good tackle. That's a big boy that he's trying to tackle. Went low on him, flipped him up.
Here we go. Cates once again under center. Calling out the signal. Cates going to throw the screen out to Larry.
They are on it. Good job.
Throw it out to John Harris, and leading the way for your Firebirds was number 18, Brandon Brown. Brandon Brown, another one of those new guys just recently signed by.
That was a real good job. Definitely the Georgia Firebirds coming up, playing hard. Came up, tackled him for a loss.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal back at the 6-yard line.
You got to watch big foursome right there.
His snap. Cates drops back. He's under some duress. Almost. Brown played off, but that pass is caught, and it's a touchdown. Jermaine Fortson with the reception, 6'3", 225-pounder from Florida State, coming up with a touchdown. But I saw Brandon Brown flash in there, and I thought he might have had a pick 6.
Yes. I mean, you're right, because if he had gotten that, he would definitely went all the way with it. He's just 1/2 second too short on that.
Lindsey Wolf on to attempt the PAT. Here's the snap. The place down. The kicks up. Looks good, and it is good. And for those of you who are not familiar, Lindsey Wolf played with the South Georgia Wildcats during the old AF2 days here at the Albany James H. Gray Civic Center. So he is familiar with this arena. So kicking in this arena is not going to be very difficult for him. So with 10:16 remaining, your score, Columbus 7, Georgia 0. But we have yet to touch the football offensively.
Going to that last play, that touchdown, that was just, if they could have just blocked that one, knocked that ball down, that had made 4th down, they would have held them. They probably would have, kicked. That would have been a big stop for them. And Eric, he just misses it by half a hand length. He would have just knocked that down.
Agreed. It was close.
Yeah, real close.
But no cigar.
Right.
So here we go. Wolf set to kick it off. Here's the run up. The kick high, end over end. That one's going to go out into the stands where the band is. That's going to be a touchback. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for your Firebirds. Great field position to start off this drive. And so with the new look Firebirds, if we can call them that, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because, you know, in the news, as most of you have heard here in Southwest Georgia, Albany State University and Darton College have merged to form the new Albany State University. And there was a big announcement today announcements in the athletic department as far as coaches and coaching staff. We knew from a couple of weeks ago Dan Land they've taken the interim tag off of his position as the head football coach. He is now the head football coach.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. We'll talk about that at halftime.
Simmons under center. High motion man looks to be Atkins. Simmons is under some duress and he throws it away. They're going to call intentional grounding as Larry Edwards came through there like a beast unburdened. And the thing that I saw, and that was a matchup that I wanted to see. And
now the quarterback's got to be a little smarter than that. He already sees him coming in on him. He's already going to have the tackle for the loss. And just to know, I mean, he could at least thrown in his stands, at least towards one of the receivers. Now we're looking at loss of down.
So they waived off the penalty because number 74 declared as a tight end, so he was an eligible receiver, so there was no call. They were trying to set up that bubble screen, that little screen, and Larry just came through like he was shot out of a cannon.
Okay, good. Big break for the Florida. Listen to me, Eric, for the Georgia Firebirds.
Simmons under center. Here's the snap. They're going to throw it out to Atkins. Atkins tries to make a move. He's to the 20, and he's going to be driven out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the reception. That's going to bring up a 3rd down at about 7 for the Firebirds.
I can tell you this, Eric. The first time we watched them play, if you can remember, Columbus had already 3 sacks, almost 15 yards lost on the first set of downs. Right now, they've actually, made yardage. I mean, we're already looking at a better game.
Simmons once again under center. High motion man will be Agent Zero, Isaiah Jupiter. Here's a snap. Simmons drops back, waits, looks, throws. He's got a man, but we should have a flag for pass interference, and I see no flag, and I'm kind of clueless. And we've got a lion down on the field, and he is writhing in pain. That looks like Larry Edwards.
And he looks like he's definitely in a lot of pain there.
Larry Edwards was cut on the play. I think somebody cut him, and he is in some major pain with that knee.
Got a replay? Oh, my bad.
So let's just hope he is okay as we see not only the Lions coaching staff coming out, but the Firebirds coaching staff come out because Antoine Savage and Andre Slappy played with Larry, and the entire coaching staff played with him, and let's just hope Larry's okay. As he's hopping off the field, I've seen him do that many a times, and he's come back full speed ahead, but that is a major blow to the Lions. As I see Larry going, he has not taken off, he finally has taken off his helmet, and I think he is refusing medical treatment right now. So it's going to be interesting right now as Columbus, Larry Edwards is the heart and soul of that defense, and missing out of that Columbus Lions lineup is Mr. Larceny, Damian Daniels.
He's the quarterback.
Simmons once again under center. It is 4th down and 7 to go. High motion man is Jupiter. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back, waits. He's under some duress. He escapes. He's going to make a run for it. He's to the 25 and is going to be drugged down depending on the spot. And the Lions are saying he doesn't have the first down, but depending on a left foot or right foot spot, and it is not a first down. Turnover on downs as Simmons almost picks up the first down.
Beautiful open field tackle by Zach. I mean, if he misses him, he's going down for 6. But I'm telling you, the Firebirds look real good. They really do. The quarterback drops back. I mean, he's got everything, a skill level. I mean, I like the way he drops back. He's not scared. He saw he didn't have nothing open, and he took off running. I'm telling you, we're in for a good game.
And right now with 7:58, clock continuing to run. Cats under center. High motion man looks to be John Ocho Cinco Harris. Here's the snap.
He's going for all
Simmons is going for it all. He's got John Harris in the back of the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown. Defending on the play for the Firebirds was number 16, Moesha Lightburn. But we've got a flag. And let's see what the officials call, because here's a question. If it's a personal foul, if it happened before, they're going to call Roshawn Marshall for a personal foul, but it happened after the score. The rule is if it's a personal foul call and it happened prior to the touchdown catch, the touchdown is erased. Mm-hmm. If it happened after the touchdown, then it's enforced on the succeeding play. The extra point attempt by Wolf is up and good. The new score with 6:58 to go is the Columbus Lions 14, the Georgia Firebirds 0. But the Firebirds are going to get 10 yards after this kickoff.
I believe that the touchdown was on Dominique Rich. Number 15. We got to if they make the adjustments, slow them down. I mean, Eric, we're way up here. We can see everything. And I could see that when the wide receiver was getting ready to go out, full speed, defensive back reacted just a little bit too late on it. So he blew by him. Perfect pass, touchdown. They got to make the adjustments.
And I'm pretty sure that they're going to work with the second. He's going to talk with his secondary over there, as that coaching staff is a very good one. They're veterans of this indoor game. Mitchell Jenkins, he's the secondary coach, and he's probably talking with those guys right now on what they saw. And so he's going to start changing some coverages. But here's the run up in the kick by Wolf. It's high, end over end. It's going to go into the stands again. And we've got another opportunity in great field position.
Very important set of downs right here.
So that's going to be an additional 10 yards tacked on. So it's going to be first down and 10 on the Lions 20-yard line. So we're waiting on the officials to sort it out, as the linesman was about to penalize the Firebirds, and the referee, the white cap, what I like to call, corrects him. And so it's first and 10. Ball is spotted on the Lions 20. 6:45 to go in the quarter. The Firebirds down by 14, and that was the one thing you did not want to happen. Isaiah Jupiter coming into circle motion to the far side of the field. Here's the snap. Simmons trips on the carpet, throws. Pass is intended for Jupiter. He put it over the Jack linebacker's head and tried to put it underneath the defensive back, but it was just a little too tall for Jupiter.
I'll tell you, Eric, the entertainment factor here is so great. You throw the football in the fans and the stands. You get to keep it as a souvenir. How lucky is that? Lady's just standing there. She's not even looking. The ball hits her, falls right in her lap. She's got a free ball.
Here we go. Simmons under center. High motion man is Agent Zero coming into circle motion to trips formation far side. Simmons drops back. He's under some duress. Throws it down, and it's going to be incomplete.
Tried to pull the trigger.
5:42, clock continues to run. And it is now 3rd down and 10. So the offensive line right now, which is, in my opinion, one of the best in the business, they're having some issues right now up front. But Larry Edwards, the beast on the Lions side of the field, is out of the game right now.
Let's hope that I don't ever want to see anybody get hurt, but Georgia has to take advantage of something like that.
Simmons takes the snap. He's under some pressure. Throws. Pass is going to be caught. In and out of the hands of Jesse Atkins. Incomplete. That's going to bring up a 4th down. And decision time for Coach Antoine Savage. It looks like he's sending the kicking team out.
Eric, I'm already impressed with number 7, the quarterback, Nate.
Simmons.
I'm already impressed with him.
Okay, Nate Simmons. He's from Americus, Georgia, right here in this area. Played his college football at Fort Valley State University. We've got a stoppage in play, 4:31 remaining. And on to, this looks like about a, and Spencer is going to attempt a 35-yard field goal. Here's the snap. We've got a fire drill. Simmons throws it back. Oh, my.
Oh, my God. Oh, my. OMG. You know what, Eric? I don't know if it was planned or not, but I can tell you this. If they had completed that pass,
there was
nothing. There was not a white shirt even on that side of the field.
Kivas McKenzie was open, but it was just a little too tall. With that, we've got a media timeout, so we're going to send it back to radio control to pay a couple of bills as you're enjoying Firebirds football on Rock 103 FM. Welcome back to the Albany James H. Gray Civic Center. Eric Tabor joining me as Ken Jones, bringing you all the play-by-play action of your Georgia Firebirds, as right now they trail 14-0 with 4:13 to go in the first quarter. And the field goal was attempted, so it's a turnover on downs. It's 1st and 10 for the Columbus Lions. Ball spotted on their 20-yard line.
Need to have a stop here by the Georgia Firebirds.
And let's see what Coach Slappy can dial up as far as some pressure. Case calling out the signal. Here's a snap. They're going to throw a screen pass out to John Harris. Harris is to the 25 and is going to be brought down inside Firebird territory to about the 23-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 4. We'll make it a short 4 or a long 3, either way you want to call it.
Firebirds were there. Good gang tackling.
So we've got 3:32 remaining in the quarter. Cates once again under center. He's got split twin receivers to the near side. No motion man. Here's the snap. Cates drops back, waits, looks,
right
throws.
there.
Pass is complete underneath. And that was Michael Reeve on the reception. Reeve, a 6'8", 240-pound receiver from Western Oregon, makes the reception, picks up the first down, but that was almost a breakdown in coverage there.
DB playing too far back. I mean, they only had to get 3 yards. As soon as the man came off the line, he was right there at the 3-yard barrier. So he was going to have the first down, just catch the ball.
And Sean Potts is talking with Brandon Brown. Brandon Brown just newly signed and activated Friday. Cates under center. He drops back. He throws. Pass is going to be complete. And there's a fumble on the play. And let's see what the officials call. They're going to say he was down and knocked out of bounds at about the 2. So it's going to be they're going to say he was out of bounds at the 2. So it's first and goal. 2:21 remaining, and the Firebirds right now offensively they've got to get some rhythm, and we knew that the timing would be a little off this week because of the practice schedule.
Big number 55.
And that's Big A.
Oh.
And he dives into the end zone. We called him Big A when he was with the Albany Panthers. And Aaron Wheeler, 6'4", 340 pounds. And he is a monster to bring down from Alabama State University. Takes it in for the touchdown.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. 2 yards out, they'll just keep giving the ball to 55.
Wolf on to attempt the PAT. The kick is up. Looks good, and it is good. Your new score with 1:32 remaining. The Columbus Lions 21, the Georgia Firebirds 0. But it's not all bad right now.
I will tell you, it's not. I mean, we've seen this before. Them come back with down 20, 21. Wasn't against the Columbus Lions, who they seem to just be, working everything that they're supposed to. But there's still a lot of game left. And I still, even with a score of 21-0, I still see the Firebirds are playing much better. I mean, they're there. A couple bad breaks. You take that away, we're looking at just, 7-0.
True. And what's got to happen right now, and we might have that spark right now. Back deep to receive is going to be Jesse Atkins. And Jesse has 3 touchdown returns this season for kickoff returns for touchdowns already this season.
If he can get one, he needs to get it now.
Cates set to kick this one off. Here's the run up and the kick. This one is not going to be returnable. And I think what's happening is Wolf is going to make sure that Atkins does not return a football tonight. Larry Edwards checking back into the game, and I think he's got on a knee brace right now. And you knew that man would not miss out on an opportunity to impress. Larry actually makes his home here in the Albany, Georgia area. He actually lives in Smithville.
Here's one thing we didn't count on, Eric. And he's mad. And he is mad.
Well, I always talk about Larry because Larry only has one gear. That's full speed.
Well, there's a new gear getting ready to be developed. He is mad.
Simmons under center. High motion man is going to be Isaiah Jupiter. He's got trips to the far side. We're going right to left on your radio dial. They're going to set up the screen, and it's complete to Revere. Revere makes a move. He's inside the 15. He's going to be driven down inside the 10-yard. Well, they're going to spot him down at the 11. Great screen pass. And that was number 14 on the reception, Revere. Andre Revere, a 6', 265-pounder from guess where? Tuskegee University.
That's a good call by the quarterback.
And that's going to slow down a pass rush of a Larry Edwards any day.
Right, that's exactly whose man. He was supposed to be covering him. So they'll slow that down. Hey, nothing wrong with going back to the same play.
Simmons under center. Here's the snap. He drops back. He's under some duress. He's going to throw in the back corner of the end zone. And we've got flags. We got more flags on the ground than are flying around at the United Nations right now.
It's amazing that one play slowed him down. He didn't even get a rush on.
And what happened? What's going to happen?
There you go. Big opportunity right here with 11 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Okay, so it's going to be first and goal. They're going to take the personal foul penalty against the Lions. So I'm wondering where the officials are spotting this football. They were down at the 10, so half the distance should be at about the 5.5-yard line.
And that's where he's going. He's down at the 5. He's down at the 6. Great opportunity for the Firebirds right here.
We've got 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Will Simmons get the playoff? High motion man is going to be Jesse Atkins. They get the playoff. Simmons drops back, waits, looks. He makes a move. He gets away and gets out of bounds. He escaped Larry Edwards, and we've got some fisticuffs after the game. And they're going to probably call Victor Moley for a personal foul. But one of the things about Victor Moley, and we talk about it all season, he is a great lineman, and he plays with a mean streak. And one of his things, he is very protective of his quarterback.
That he is, but still no reason for this. I mean, this is the opportunity they need to score. Now we're going to how many yards we're going to give up here? You can't. You just got to just keep it under control. I understand, and believe me, he's a respectful, lineman. A lot of guys fear him, but at the same time, he's got to still make the smart moves. Now we're looking at minus 10 yards.
Okay, so that's going to end the first quarter. So it's going to be first down and goal at the 16-yard line as we switch sides of the field. A great ball game, and we've got a decent turnout tonight.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I was out in the parking lot, but you know what, man? It just seems to me like people just going to come to the game late. That's all there is to it.
Well, traditionally, Albany has been a late-arriving crowd.
Is it? Well, they're proving that to be the case.
So with that said, let's take a quick 30-second timeout as you're enjoying Firebird football on the Firebirds Digital Network and Rock 103 FM. Welcome back to the Albany James H. Gray Civic Center. Right now, the score 21-0 in favor of the Blue Guys from Columbus, Georgia. But the Firebirds are driving the football right now. It is second down and goal. They're going to move the ball back out to about the 17-yard line because it's a spot foul on that personal foul call. But I always tell you when you get a player like a Victor Moley, he has unlimited potential. You like an offensive lineman with a mean streak, and that's what he's got.
That I do.
And the one thing about Moley, and I will tell you this, he is very, very protective of his quarterbacks. And if he thinks you're mistreating his quarterback, he's going to let you have it.
That he did.
And I remember a couple of weeks ago, he actually drove a defensive guy over the wall.
Well, that's what he tried to do just then.
Simmons under center. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back. He's under some pressure, and he's going to go down. It's going to be a sack, and give that sack to Kendrick Washington. Washington, for a second, replaced Larry Edwards, but he is back at his natural position at defensive end as the Lions are taking a hard rush up the field. And what's happening, their ends are beating our tackles to that corner. They're trying to get around that corner, and they're doing a great job. And what's got to happen is those offensive linemen have got to move their feet a little more. And if they want to go around the corner, just go ahead and take them on back 10, 15 yards back behind the line of scrimmage.
Right. I see Nate. Well, he will step up into the pocket. So if they can just make him go wide and he gets enough time, I think he really can pick him apart.
Simmons drops back, waits, looks. He's got a man, and it's going to be just a little too tall. Pass was intended for DeAndre Purnell, recently signed last week. So now that's going to bring up a 4th down and goal to go with 13:55 to go in the quarter. And it looks like we're going to bring on the field goal unit. Chad Spencer is on to attempt a field goal for your Georgia Firebirds to put their first points of this game on the board. That's going to be a 36-yard field goal attempt. And there's going to be a timeout on the Firebirds as the play clock was winding down. It was down to 2. So Savage had no choice but to call a timeout.
Tell you, we still got to focus. Got to stay focused at all times.
We've got 13:24 to go in the half. And the Firebirds need to make a play right now. We need to put some points on the board, get something positive, and then perhaps a turnover.
I agree 100%.
Samus the holder. Spencer, he takes a yard off of this, so that's going to be a...
He got it. Oh.
That one is up, and it's no good. Samus's field goal attempt was just a little wide. It had the distance, but it was just not the accuracy. So it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Columbus Lions take possession 1st and 10, spot the ball on the 10-yard line.
Georgia has to stop them. They have to stop them right here. They cannot allow them to score. You got that.
And look for Columbus to go for the gusto here, knowing Jason Gibson, as I do. John Harris, the high motion man. Cates drops back. He waits. He's going to throw it over the top, and it's going to be complete to number 18. And that was Michael Reeve on the reception. And just over the outstretched arms of the Jack linebacker. And that was Corey Rue, who had the opportunity to get to maybe make a play, but it was just a little too tall.
I tell you, we don't talk enough about the quarterback from Columbus. I mean, in my book, he's pretty good. Does the job, does what he needs to get it done.
Katz under center. Reeves, the high motion man. Katz is under pressure, and he's going to be brought down.
Well, as soon as I talked about him.
Ralph Scott, the newly signed defensive end from the Atlanta Vultures, 6'1", 230 pounds. The recipient of that is the Firebirds got a tremendous pass rush. And it might have been Columbus was trying to set up a screen. But I don't know if I can say this in this day and age, but boom goes the dynamite.
That's it. They sniffed that one out.
1:54 to go. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and long. Katz drops back, throws underneath, and pass is going to be incomplete. Sean Potts playing off. Potts thought he might have had a pick, but couldn't quite come up with it. And Fortson says, my bad. Fortson had the reception, but he saw Sean Potts out of the corner of his eye. Sean Potts was going for the interception. Fortson thought he was going for the blow. And he wanted to try to get out of there and vacate that spot as quickly as possible.
Thank you for the drop.
Katz drops back again.
Come back to the same play. Now they have.
And the pass is complete underneath. And that's Reeves again. Reeves picking up the 1st down as I think they found something across the middle of the field of the Firebirds. I take that back. This is going to be 4th down. It's going to be 4th down and about a yard. Well, 2 yards. As they picked up 13 on the play.
What do you think, Eric? Big number 55?
Oh! And that was a great hit. So we're going to get a penalty.
Oh!
Columbus was not set as they tried to hurry, as Cats tried to sneak it in, and Columbus is pointing to Georgia as some of the defensive linemen, I think, weren't set. Columbus tried to quick snap it, but I don't think.
So, Eric, can you explain exactly what happened here?
All right, in arena football, what has to happen is at the snap of the football, the 3 linemen have to be in a 3 or 4 point stance. If they are not in a 3 or 4 point stance, it's an automatic illegal defense at a 5-yard penalty.
First down.
But I thought some of the Columbus Lions offense was moving at the snap of the football.
I'll tell you who was moving. The quarterback. What he got hit just now.
Katz drops back. He waits. He throws in the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. Intended for Jamon Fortson. That's going to bring up a second down, and the defense is desperately trying to hunt for that stop.
Firebirds got to hold them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They have to hold them here.
As we knew we would have a pretty decent crowd tonight, and we actually do. Katz once again under center. Drops back, waits, looks, throws in the back of the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown, and give that reception to Jamon Fortson. And Fortson comes over to the Firebirds bench and does a little jawing over, and it's good to see one of the former Firebird, well, he is not a former, he is still a Firebird. Antoine Cutts over. He has made it to the game, but he's got his leg up, and I talked to him before the game, and he is in great spirit. And he wanted to come out and cheer on his teammates, as now the Lions have taken a 27-0 lead, and Wolf's PAT is up, and it is no good. So with 8:48 to go in the half, Columbus 27, Georgia 0. We've got a ball game here. I didn't expect this. I expected this to be a great ball game, but I didn't expect the score to be this sort of lopsided.
I mean, minus a few mistakes, and it wouldn't be this. But remember, Eric, when the first time they played, what were we looking at about this time? The game was almost over by this time. I mean, I got to give the Firebirds a lot of credit. Minus a few mistakes, they would still be. I mean, they're still in the game, but it would still be tighter. That missed interception, that'd have been 6. See, so.
That's true, but in arena football, it's not over till that big girl from Decatur sings.
That's right. She didn't even enter the building yet, so lost out there in the parking lot.
Wolf kicks this one off high, end over end. This one's going to be returnable. Atkins takes it at the back of the end zone. Atkins to the 5. He's to the 10. He's to the 15. He makes the move. He's to the 20. Right. And it's going to be brought down at about the 23-yard line. A great return by Jesse Atkins, and that might be just the spark that this Firebirds team needs. $8:29 to go in the half.
I watched Larry Edwards come onto the field. He is definitely over that injury, and he's ready to hit somebody.
And that's the one thing I enjoy about Larry. I've known him for years, from his days with the South Georgia Wildcats and with the Albany Panthers. Simmons under center. Here's a snap. Simmons drops back, waits, looks, throws. Passes intended for Agent Zero, Isaiah Jupiter, just a little short. And there might be an issue with timing, as now I see Zach Brown checking in at the fullback position to give Rivera a break, because you're going to have to tag team Larry, and hopefully you can wear him out. But I've said this for years, and I'll say it, and I've said it in this broadcast several times, and I'll say it again. There is no quit in 34 for the Columbus Lions. Simmons once again under center. High motion man looks to be Atkins. Here's a snap. Simmons drops back, waits, looks. He's going for it. He's got Purnell. Purnell looked like he stopped on the route. And it goes incomplete.
You know who we got to give credit to? That offensive line. That offensive line is actually holding them out. The quarterback has plenty of time to get that ball to him. It's like you said, I think their timing is off with the wide receivers, because if he cuts across the middle, that's a touchdown. Nate is just standing in that pocket, and that offensive line is really doing a good job.
And this is the matchup. This is the matchup that I wanted to see. And it's going to be Zach Brown against Larry Edwards. Simmons once again under center. And they're going to call false start against the Firebirds. So with that penalty, it's going to make it a third down and about 15. 6:40 to go in the half. So let's see what Coach Savage and company can dial up. They're going to have to hurry as the play clock is down to 5. And the Firebirds take a timeout.
See, this is where the coaching staff has to step up, because we're talking about the momentum switching, and that's part of the game. But for right here, they got to have the sense of urgency. They have to know as a team what's going on right here. For coach to have to call another timeout, because the clock is running out.
And they took a timeout as the play clock was down to 5, and it was a tough, situation. But right now, you've got an opportunity, and you've got to try to capitalize when you have that football. So I'm always excited when we've got football in the atmosphere, and I'm enjoying this ball game. I could enjoy it more if the score was the other way around, but I'm still having a ball.
All these fans wish the same thing. Got a nice little crowd here today.
Simmons once again under center. High motion man looks to be Atkins. Here's a snap. Simmons drops back. Simmons is under some duress. Stops and he throws it up in the stands. Smart move by Simmons. And somebody gets a souvenir. So Simmons looked like he might be in a little bit of pain.
Wow, big number. Kendrick Washington came off the end untouched.
And I think on that play, it was supposed to be slide protection, and I think the fullback was supposed to take the defensive end.
Well, at 6'4", 285 pounds, they definitely need to know where he is.
Simmons once again under center. High motion man is Isaiah Jupiter. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back.
Step up. There you go.
He looks. He throws. Passes complete to Atkins. Atkins is inside the 20, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. It's going to be close to a first down. Where do they spot the football? They're going to spot him short. They're going to spot him. And that was a 4th down, so it's going to be a turnover on downs. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Columbus. Ball spotted on the 18-yard line.
That was a good play. That looked good. Wide receiver just has to know he got to go just a little bit further, reach that first down marker. Then make his cut back. What was he? He was short about a yard. Excellent blocking. I mean, that was just a good play. Excellent blocking. Quarterback stepped right up into the pocket and threw a nice laser.
And we were talking about it earlier where the Lions' defensive ends are going up the field, and that was a perfect observation of what I was talking about. Those tackles, just take them and just ride them on up the field.
Exactly.
Cats once again under center. Here's the snap. He drops back, throws.
Off.
Pass is going to be caught. And that one's going to be Kelvin Fuller, 6'6", 216 pounds from Illinois College with the reception.
Tough job on those shorter defensive backs. All their wide receivers are like over 6'5", all of them.
And I didn't know they grew them so big in Columbus. Cats once again under center. Fuller, the high motion man, they're going to throw a quick screen, and that was caught by Reeve as they're finding some holes in this Firebirds defense. So it's now going to be 1st and goal for the Lions. Ball spotted on the 2-yard line. We've got a new quarterback in the game for the Lions, and that's going to be Rashad Green.
For the running purposes.
And Green looks like he takes it in for a touchdown.
Yeah,
and we've got a flag on the play.
That's what I thought. Here's a personal foul. It's going to be on the guy that, what's his number? Number 15.
And that's going to be the defensive back, Rashad Green.
Taunting. He gave the gentleman that he beat, he gave him the football.
So we get a break after this one. It's 33-0, 4:27 to go in the half. And the Lions are short a player, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. And I don't see them burning a timeout.
Here it goes.
So now this is going to be a little bit of an extra workout for the PAT attempt.
They're pretty sure he can get it. That's why they didn't use that timeout.
Wolf on to attempt the PAT. Here's the snap, the place down. Kicks up, looks good, and it is good. So your score with 13:52 remaining, the Columbus Lions should be 34. The Firebirds 0. The scoreboard at the Civic Center shows 36, but it should be 34.
Still a lot of fight in the Firebirds. They can't give up at this point.
And this game is nowhere near over.
Not at all. Just like, Columbus scores 36 points. Same thing with the Firebirds. They can score 36, hold them down.
So let's see right now if the Firebirds can turn this thing around back deep. Jesse Atkins almost broke one on the previous kickoff return. Let's see if he can do it this time. Wolf set to kick this one off. Here's the run up. The kick high, end over end. That one's not going to be returnable into the stands. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line. So now the ball will come out to the other 20-yard line, so it should be 1st and 10 on the Lions 20-yard line. Prime real estate for the Firebirds. The second time that they've had the ball starting in Lions territory.
I'm sorry, Big E, I missed something on here. How did they get the ball at the 20?
All right. Earlier, remember the personal foul call on the touchdown.
That's right.
And they banked that penalty until the first offensive play.
That's correct. Firebirds need to score, go into the halftime with at least some points on the board. give this crowd something to get, really riled up about.
Well, the Firebirds in their pink unis, and it's always great to see, these uniforms. I'm happy to see them in them. Simmons once again under center. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back. He's going to throw it out to Atkins. Atkins makes a move. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and about 4. Great pitch and catch between Simmons and Atkins. And for those of you who know about SIAC and HBCU football, a Fort Valley guy throwing to an Albany State guy is something you don't see every day.
More of it.
Simmons once again under center. Here's a snap. Simmons is under some pressure. And they're going to say it should be an intentional grounding penalty, and I agree, because the ball did not get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think with 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go before halftime, Georgia has done some things that work. I think they should maintain and stay with the things that work. He doesn't have that much time anymore. I don't know what has happened on the line, but he doesn't have that much time anymore. The short pass, even a run or whatever, just stay with what was working. These plays are just taking too long.
And they're trying to take advantage because one of the Lions stalwarts at defense, Damian Daniels, is not dressed for this evening's game. And the Firebirds are going to take a timeout. And that's their final timeout of the half. And one of the things we talked about that I'm kind of missing is kind of that sense of urgency. And you mentioned it earlier, and I'm not seeing it.
Right. I mean, and it's, they're not out of the game. There's another half to play. And like we just talked about, the sense of urgency is not there. They have to get it up. I mean, because I'm going to tell you, Columbus is not going to go down. They're going to stay just as high as they've always been. And we expect, this is pro ball. These are grown men. It's time to get it together. Let's go.
Yes, sir. So now it's going to be 3rd down and about 15. Let's see if the Firebirds can make a play. Simmons once again under center. Got trips formation to the near side. The high motion man looks to be Jesse Atkins. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back, waits, looks, throws underneath. Pass is complete to Isaiah Jupiter inside the 15-yard line, spotted at about the 13. That's going to bring up a 4th down and about 3.
Well, I don't see the kicker coming out, so they're going for this.
And yes, they are going.
No, it's early. I hope this is not the play of the game.
Here we go. Simmons once again goes under center. We've got double receivers to the near side. Got Isaiah Jupiter to the far side. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back. Looks. He's looking, and he's going to be met and brought down at about the 15-yard line. And we've got a flag that came in.
We're over here. What we got going on over here?
And we've got some fisticuffs between Wilson Tracy.
And there's your big boy in there getting ready to get another person. Oh, and see, there he goes. Now, Eric, I can't go for it this time.
And there was no movement or anything. It was just he came over.
Yeah. Oh, he bumped him. He bumped him. And now that right there, that can't be tolerated. Because I believe the personal foul is actually on the Columbus team. So now 55 comes over. He bumps the guy from Columbus. Now we get a personal foul on him.
So here's the issue. Did the penalty occur, the original penalty occur before during or after the play?
I believe it was after.
So they just called a double foul. They called a double foul on both those guys. A tough break for the Firebirds as they had a golden opportunity, and they've had this opportunity twice.
Yeah.
And just couldn't quite punch it in to get a score.
1:11 to go in the half. We hope the Lions aren't going to try to score. It seems like they will try to score or let that clock run out. Which one you think, Eric?
And we're down to the 1 minute timing rule. And I'm enjoying this white hat of the head official, as he is doing a great job explaining what's going on.
Right.
So there's no guesswork in his play calling or in his officiating.
Absolutely correct.
So right now, with 1 minute to go in the half, what can the Firebirds do to kind of right this ship quickly?
Well, we know one thing. They cannot let Columbus score at all.
And I agree 100%. But look for Columbus to either set up a middle screen or go over the top.
Oh, we can get ready for over the top.
The high motion man is John Harris. Here's the snap.
Here it
Cats
comes.
drops it back, and there he is. He's got John Harris open deep. Great coverage. Great closing. And I've got to take my hat off. And if I can use a Firebirds cliche, 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
That's definitely that. Potts was back there playing safety, just played it just right.
52.7 seconds to go in the half. Great play call by Gibson, but an even better defensive effort by the Firebirds.
Cats had just a little bit too much air under it. We have a one-on-one situation here.
Cats throws it to the tight end, and that's one big guy you don't want to have to bring down.
Ooh, Brandon Thomas.
Brandon Thomas, a longtime stalwart of the Columbus Lions, 6'5", 300 pounds.
And 5 pounds.
Clock will continue to run as he did not pick up the first down. It's going to bring up a third down. And it's going to be a quarterback sneak, and he picks up the first down. And they're going to stop the clock to move the chains. And now you see a sense of urgency out of Columbus.
Georgia's got a man up. They got a man up right now.
They're ready to run a play, and only 3 seconds have gone off the play clock.
They got a man up.
Here's a snap. Throw is going to be caught. And that was Kevin Fuller on the reception. And that's the thing I'm looking at is the Firebirds secondary is playing way off. But he picks up 7 yards, gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 25.8 seconds to go. Cats once again under center.
Going to Big 18.
Pass is going to be thrown.
Dropped.
And they're going to give a drop to Michael Reeve. And Potts is slow getting up. And Jason Gibson has spotted that, and he's hollered a play to his quarterback, Katz. Potts is coming out of the game. And he's going to be replaced by Dominique Rich. Cats once again under center. High motion man is Reeves. Here's the snap. Cats drops back.
Oh, nice. Nice. It was nice. Double move.
And that pass was complete to Michael Reeve. Reeve came across the middle on the coverage. That was Lewis Johnson, 5'10", 190-pounder, and he is new to the Firebirds organization. He just signed, actually, one of those that was just signed yesterday. And on to attempt the PAT. It's going to be Wolf. Here's the snap, the place down, the kick is up. Looks good, and it is good with 8.9 seconds to go. Your new score, Columbus 41, Georgia 0. Should be 41.
They're going to need to check that score.
And I think the official are coming to discuss something with the score right now. But that should be 41. He has not hit a deuce this game, and he's missed an extra point, so it should be 41. So I'm wondering where the 43 came from. With that said, Wolf set to kick this one off. Here's the kick, high, end over end. This one looks to be, it's going to go up, kick off the top concrete. And then we've got a flag coming in.
Number 3 from Columbus.
And Zach Brown get into it from the Firebirds, and that was Jerome Jr., 6'2", 205-pounder from UConn. And that flag came from way on the other side of the field.
I tell you, part of football is jaw-jacking. I understand that. But Columbus is not only trying to, prove their will on them, they're also trying to just, intimidate them. Everything. What can the Firebirds do? All you give them is some yards. They haven't scored yet.
Mm-hmm.
They're pushing them around, and Columbus feels like they can't score. So all these personal fouls, they haven't been able to take advantage of any of them. So Columbus is just going to keep on doing it.
Simmons once again under center. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back throw. Pass is complete to Isaiah Jupiter. Jupiter gets driven into the dasher boards, and that should stop the clock with 7 seconds to go.
The difference between Columbus and the Firebirds. If you remember, the wide receiver for Columbus goes down and out, goes out of bounds, stops the clock. Jupiter's got to know that he's going to stop the clock.
And that's the difference between these two teams.
Yes.
And we have a young team here with the Georgia Firebirds with a few veterans, and Columbus is a veteran-heavy team. Lightburn, the high motion man, trips to the far side. Here's the snap. They're going to throw it over the top with 2 seconds to go in the half, and a helmet comes off. And I think there was some confusion on the route as I saw a couple of guys running the same route.
I thought there should have been pass interference. What it is he was doing it down, out, and up. The defensive back hit him, put him off course of his route.
Here we go. Purnell looks to be the high motion man this time. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back. Waits, looks, throws over the top.
Pass interference.
And do we get a flag in the end zone? And you're right, that was a push.
There you go. Ball on the 1.
So it depends on if they're going to call. They're going to have to call pass interference.
Excellent blocking on the line. Nate goes back. 2-yard line. 1 play left. Well, Eric, I mean, how many breaks do we get here? This one they have to get it in.
And this is going to be one of those interesting areas on the field that you have to take a look at because you don't have a lot of room to run a route, and it's so compressed that it's going to be hard to run the football as well.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. 1 untimed down, 1st down and goal to go on the 2-yard line.
You can tell it's a run. You got to be kidding me.
Columbus takes a timeout. You can't take them in the locker room with you, and that's Columbus's final timeout.
Now maybe this is just me. That was a run. What tipped it off for me was number 14 moving that close up to the line. Probably the quarterback sneak or something on that level, because they actually closed in everything. Columbus saw it. They called a timeout.
So now let's see what Coach Savage and company can dial up.
It's
and
funny.
let's see.
Funny how things can be, you know.
Let's see what the Firebirds can do. Danny Bunch is declaring it as a tight end.
14's back off the line, so they're passing. Oh, look at that.
He's in. Touchdown, Firebirds. Andre Rivera gets it in. He extends the ball over the goal. Go ahead, if I can borrow a phrase from Rihanna, take a bow.
That's it.
They cut him off. He was trying to get to the outside. They cut him off, and he makes a move back to the inside, takes it in for the score.
Yes. Much needed. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the second half, but much needed in the first half.
Thank you. Thank you. And one of the things I love about arena football is we are very fan friendly. And one of the fans just came up and just gave me a great debt of gratitude. And I thank you very much, ma'am. And I keep listening to Rock 103 and tell them you want to hear more programs like this. And the extra point is up and good. Your new score at the half, the Georgia Firebirds trail 43-7. We're going to throw it back to radio control and take about a 2-minute break and come right back, and we're going to talk some halftime stuff, and we're going to have a little fun coming up at halftime, Ken.
10-4.
Stick and stay, everybody, as you're enjoying Firebird football on Rock 103 FM. Welcome as we are back inside the Albany James H. Gray Civic Center. Eric Tabor along with Ken Jones bringing you play-by-play action of your Georgia Firebirds. And Ken, we had a great half, a chance to just recap and talk about some things that are going on in the community. And I just want to rehash again, I'm excited about the Youth Indoor Football Championship games coming up next Saturday, May the 7th. And once again, I want to challenge everyone within the sound of my voice to come out and enjoy some great football action Saturday. That's May the 7th from 9 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And you can enjoy some great football. It's always good to see those little kids, the 5- and 6-year-olds, getting out there on the field and actually enjoying themselves.
I tell you, and you can tell us again that date, that time, and you said it was free, right?
Absolutely free.
Okay. One of my
Where else
words.
can you come in a climate-controlled environment and enjoy some great football?
And I will tell you, I'm glad you said about that climate control. It is perfect in here. People ask me, why do I wear my jacket? But when we went to Columbus, it was 40 degrees in there, man. We were indoors, and I was freezing half to death. But today, it's real nice. It's real nice outside. It's great inside.
And once again, I want to say thank you to all the fans who are enjoying this broadcast on Rock 103 FM. I want to say thank you for listening and enjoying. And I want to say to all of those fans, if you want to see more activities and more programming like this, contact Cumulus, contact Clear Channel, contact iHeartRadio, and tell these media conglomerates, I want to see some more local sports on air. And when the people call for it, guess what? It happens.
So we need them to call in for it.
Yeah, so, you get the opportunity. Go ahead and call your local radio stations, your local TV stations, and say, hey, I want to see more local programming. I want to see, more sports, more local sports. So, with that said, we're ready to start the second half.
All right, the Georgia Firebirds will receive the ball. Score 43. Columbus 7. Georgia Firebirds, they got to have a good half. That's all there is to it.
Back deep to receive is going to be number 6, Jesse Atkins. Wolf, number 14 for the Lions, set to kick this one off. He's going to kick it high, end over end. This is going to be returnable. Atkins is going to take it about 2 yards deep in the end zone. He's to the 5. He's to the 10. He knocks down his own man. And they're going to say a turnover as the ball got ripped out of Jesse Atkins' hand, and it goes over to the Lions. Kendrick Washington rips the football out. I stand corrected. That was Jerome Jr. But my question was, his forward progress was stopped.
I thought he was down. I didn't even see the ball when it came out. But I will tell you this is a major problem already with 14:52 left in the quarter. We just got the kickoff, and now Columbus has the ball like they really need it.
Cats once again under center. Drops back. He's under some duress, and they're going to pass it out to Big A and Aaron Wheeler. And Aaron Wheeler just rumbles down the field inside the 10-yard line. He's going to be brought down at about the 5. Critic Corey Rue with the tackle. Now, if you can call it a tackle.
I mean, 6'4", 340 pounds coming out of the backfield.
14:07 to go. Cats once again under center. High motion man is Reeves. Here's the snap. They're going to pitch it back over, and they're going to try to throw it in the back of the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted by the Firebirds. Corey Rue takes it out to about the 7-yard line.
Oh, we got something going on down here.
And Fortson is upset.
On him. Yes.
And Fortson, I think, bumped the referee. And there's the flag.
There it is.
Fortson bumped the referee, and that should be an ejection because he was irate. So nonetheless,
you know, I'll tell you, Eric, I'm watching a lot of football. I'm watching things that are away from the ball. Let me tell you what Forson got a piece, you know, he got some of his own medicine. He had two guys blocking him, and I mean they got him too. They slammed him to the ground, so he was.
And Fortson was, I'm being told by the director, Eric Tabor Jr., that Fortson was they made a sandwich, a Fortson sandwich, so to speak.
That they did. I'm telling you, that's why he's mad.
Nonetheless, Firebirds get great field position. Ball is spotted at about the 17-yard line. Simmons once again under center. The high motion man near side is Agent Zero, Isaiah Jupiter. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back. He's going to throw a screen pass, and it's going to be incomplete. The pass was intended for Moshe Lightburn, the new 6'4", 205-pound receiver that came to the Firebirds from the Atlanta Vultures.
Firebirds must take advantage of this mistake. I mean, they got the interception in the end zone. I mean, Columbus normally would have scored. Got the interception. They have to focus. They have to get these points.
Simmons once again under center. Isaiah Jupiter, the high motion man near side. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back, waits, looks, pump fakes, throws. He's going to throw it away. Pass is incomplete. That's going to bring up a third down for the Firebirds.
I'm laughing because I know ownership is talking about, hey, can we keep some of the footballs back on the field here?
Well, that's one of the things. When the ball goes in the stands, if it's a pass play, it's a fan souvenir.
It's theirs to keep.
It's like baseball.
Football costs about how much?
Those footballs are about $60 a piece.
Oh, baseball costs about maybe 20.
So here we go, third down and 10 for the Firebirds. Samuels once again under center. High motion man looks to be Jesse Atkins, far side. Samuels drops back. Great pocket. The throw. He's under some duress.
Oh, he's about to get it.
And he throws it out of bounds, incomplete. And there's still some jaw talking with the Columbus Lions. And that was Zach Valaspersky, 6'2", 220-pound Jack linebacker.
I'm glad Nate didn't decide to run that, to tuck it and run. Oh, he wouldn't have finished this game. They were coming, man. Their big boys were definitely coming.
Agreed. 11:30 to go in the third quarter.
Firebirds got to make something happen here.
Here's the snap. Simmons drops back. Waits, looks, throws. Pass intended for Agent Zero. Isaiah Jupiter goes incomplete. It's going to bring up a turnover on downs. So Columbus will take possession of the football. The Lions having some great coverage underneath. And what the Firebirds, even when they have great protection, which happened here, the Lions' coverage is making plays. That's been, I think, the key of the game right now.
It is, because the Firebirds, their offensive line has been doing a great job.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Lions. Cates once again drops back, throws underneath. Pass is going to be completed to John Harris inside the 15. They're going to rule him down at about the 13-yard line.
There's going to be a face mask on Corey Rue. As he was going down to the ground, he grabbed his face mask, so he's going to add some yards to it. I wanted to say, when we were back on defense, you have not heard Larry Edwards' name.
And I think they might have found an answer for him, as Larry has been blitzing.
Yeah. Haven't heard him since the and it's not chalked up to that injury either. Somebody is blocking him.
Cates once again. Looks like he's audibling the play. Reeves, the high motion man. Here's the snap. Cates drops back, waits. Ball is tipped in the air. Could it be?
Wow.
And they're going to rule it's going to be a catch, as it was a tipped ball. One of the things on a tipped ball, and it's going to be a reception. And that looks good enough for a first down for the Lions. But you have to be cognizant, Ken, because on a tipped ball, now the pass interference goes away.
There, once again, is some of the breaks that we're talking about. You know, just if you intercept that, I'm not saying they will, but if Columbus scores, there's that break gone.
Looks like they're going to just give it to Aaron Wheeler. They're going to pump fake, and there's nowhere to go with the football, and in the back of the end zone, and we've got a flag.
Flag on somebody.
I think they're going to call Zach Brown. But that pass was complete to number 11, Kevin Fuller. So that was the call. They were going to say that Aaron Wheeler was downfield, but he was the fullback, so no penalty. 9:18 to go in the third quarter. Wolf on to attempt the PAT. Here's the snap, the place down. Kick is up. Looks good, and it is good. Your new score with 9:01 remaining in the third quarter. Columbus leads it 48-7.
Once again, we missed a break. Tip ball, we don't get it. Actually, Columbus gets it down to the 2. They've had a hard time stopping them from scoring at that point anyway. So, once again, there's another break we just missed.
Yes.
They just got to hang in there.
uh, 9:01 to go as Wolf is set to kick this one off. Here's the run up and the kick. Wolf high, end over end. This one's going to be returned by Atkins. Atkins takes it, waxes to the 5, to the 10, to the 15. He makes a move, tries to get outside, couldn't quite get there. It's going to be brought down at about the 17, 18-yard line. Great return by Jesse Atkins. And it looked like the Lions had a touchdown-saving tackle by Green.
All right, Firebirds, let's see if we can put something together here. 8:43 left in the third quarter.
They're going to have to hurry. The play clock's down to 5. Samus takes the snap, drops back, waits, looks. He's going deep. Just a little over the top.
Here we go.
And we had some pushing and shoving on number 7 for the Columbus Lions, and that's Kendrick Washington. Washington's helmet went flying off, and Big Danny Bunch for the Firebirds was right there. Danny Bunch, 6'5", 350 pounds. Let Washington know I'm no speed bump.
I'm not having it.
Clock continuing to run, 7:38. Samus once again under center. High motion man looks to be Lightburn. And the play clock has expired on this one, so it's going to be a delay of game penalty on the Firebirds. And you know, I talked with some of the coaches about why are we so late in calling plays, and actually what is happening is they're trying to see what kind of defensive formation or setup that the opponent is lining up in, and then they're trying to match up to that formation. Samus once again under center. High motion man looks to be Parnell. Double receivers to the far side. Here's the snap. Samus drops back, throws, passes a little bit of a hot potato intended for Isaiah Jupiter. And Parnell was in the area deeper, but it was incomplete. And we've got a flag. And it looked like some fisticuffs between Victor Moley
and Joe Marshall, number 13 for Columbus. Going back to when you were talking about the play calling, and I do understand, but I mean, we're in the midst of the battle. This is a game. They have to get on this thing. I mean, because we can't allow just to have these delay of games. They either have to have some urgency in getting the plays called, or they better pick up the reads much faster. You just can't have a delay of game call, especially at this particular time.
Agreed. And the Columbus Lions take a timeout here with 6:40 to go.
Wow, that's unusual.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to be the call right now for the Firebirds, as it's now 3rd down and 15. We are about ready here with 6:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. And right now, there has got to be something. We've got to go deep and get it there. But what's been happening is the Columbus Lions have gotten a lot of pressure on the Firebirds.
I was just watching the huddle just now. It seemed to be some confusion going. Let's see what this play does.
High motion man is going to be number 16, Lightberg. And we're going to get a personal
touchdown.
And could it be? The officials say no, but we got a lot of penalties going on, as they're going to get Larry Edwards for a personal foul roughing the passer, as the quarterback was in a defenseless position, but we might get a...
I thought we had had holding. Right. They were probably holding Larry Edwards. That's probably why he was mad. Once again, we're right back at the breaks. We get what?
So they're going to replay 3rd down.
40 yards, and now we're coming back.
A tough break for the Firebirds. But Larry made it an easy call, but Larry, the veteran that he is, he probably saw that there was going to be a holding call, so he just decided, well, I get a free shot.
Mm-hmm. And he took it.
Simmons once again under center. High motion man is Isaiah Jupiter to the near side. Double receivers to the far side. We've got movement on the Lions, and I think the Lions are anticipating that snap count. So mark off 5 yards, and we'll replay 3rd down. So now it's 3rd and 10. For the Firebirds.
New receiver coming in the game, Lightburn, number 16. Been in the whole time, huh?
High motion man Isaiah Jupiter. Double receivers to the top far side. Here's a snap.
He's
going for it all, and it's going to be incomplete as it looks like there was some communication or a lack of communication between the two. I thought Isaiah Jupiter broke inside and the ball went outside. So that was a tough break for the Firebirds. It is 4th down, and they're going to go for it here. 5:12 to go in the third quarter. Here we go as Simmons once again under center. High motion man is Isaiah Jupiter. Trips to the far side. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back. He throws. He's got.
Oh, there it is.
And that was not interference. That was actually assault with a chokehold.
It was. It definitely was.
So that should be enough for a first down and should make it first and. So that's going to give the Firebirds an automatic first down and a 10-yard penalty. So now the ball should be spotted into Columbus Lions territory at about the 23-yard line. They're going to spot it about the 24.
That's a good play by Jerome Jr. He stops the touchdown. They only get 10 yards.
And in arena football, that's what they tell you. If you're beat, go ahead and take the interference call.
Yeah. We're in regular football, he'd have the ball down at the 5,
yes,
3 or the 4, and we could look at scoring. But right now we're still, 23 yards out. Great play.
Simmons once again under center. High motion man is Isaiah Jupiter. We've got trips to the far side. Here's the snap. Simmons drops back, waits, looks, goes deep.
No.
And Purnell tries to get a pass interference call, and they say no.
No, I think he did get it.
Well, we'll see
the line judge. I see the line judge down here. Yeah, he got it.
And the line judge makes the call, but I was wowed because you had the back judge right there who didn't make the call, who was right there. So with that, that's another 10 yards and a first down. And that should be another first down for the Firebirds. Now, spot the ball at the 13-yard line, 1st and 10. Danny Bunch declares as the tight end. Simmons once again under center. High motion man is going to be Jesse Atkins coming into circle motion from near side to far side in a trips formation. Simmons drops back. Looks, he slips down as coming as if he was shot out of a cannon again was Larry Edwards. He had a loop stunt going on that play, and he came around the outside edge.
Right. Nate's got to see him coming, too. He had the loop step outside. Nate steps up. He's in clear. So, I don't know if you saw, but Edwards actually hit his arm.
Here we go, Simmons once again. Under center, high motion man is going to be Jesse Atkins. Here's a snap. Simmons drops back, waits, looks, throws the back of the end zone. Did he hold on?
Yes.
He held on, touchdown! Jesse Atkins with the most acrobatic of moves I've ever seen.
Wow.
I take that back. It wasn't Jesse Atkins. It was Jesse Atkins. I thought I saw Isaiah Jupiter come from over the top, but it was Jesse Atkins. Great play, and I hope he is okay because he took it hard as there's a table over there, and he landed on the table and into the concrete floor on the other side. There's no padding over there.
I tell you, when you make a catch like that, you don't feel nothing. The table, the concrete, you won't feel that till tomorrow. So that was the best catch I've seen this year. That is the catch.
And the PAT attempt
Was missed.
Was up and no good. And we've got an upset Firebird. Darrell Lake is upset as his helmet came off. But with that, we're going to take a break and come right back as you're enjoying Firebirds football on Rock 103 FM.
You talking about the 2 points? Wait and see on that?
Yeah.
Well, they've been that 2 points we've been talking about for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I think they're going to keep that one on there. Somebody had to see that it's not supposed to be up there. I'm sure they said something.
So as we see Big Scoop over in the end zone handling promotion for your Georgia Firebirds, as he does a great job, and a big shout out to Big Scoop.
Yeah. Great job on the promotions, getting the fans involved, the kids, especially the kids involved in it.
That is true. But with 2:23 remaining, the Firebirds are set to kick this one off, and the Lions are anticipating an onside kick as they have their hands team out. So let's see what Spencer's going to do here. They're going to kick it deep.
I think he's almost got it.
And that's going to hit the back wall. Ball will come out to the 20-yard line. First down and 10 for the Lions, as Spencer misses on the deuce. So now let's see if this defense can dig in and get a stop here. And I don't think they've gotten a stop on Columbus this game.
Oh, yeah.
I stand corrected. They have one interception in the contest, and that was Corey Rue with the interception in the end zone. Katz once again under center. High motion man is Reeves. Katz drops back, throws the screen out to Fortson. Fortson makes a move. He's to the 25 and is still battling and fighting. His helmet comes off, and they're going to blow him dead at about the 22-yard line. So that's going to bring up a second down and 2. .148 clock continuing to run. And the Lions come straight to the line of scrimmage. They're going to run a play. Katz once again takes a snap. He's going to throw the quick screen out to Fortson. Fortson to the other side, makes a move. He's inside the 20, inside the 50. Spot him down at about the 15-yard line. That's good enough for another Lions first down.
I see Columbus has come back with the same play over and over again. Fortson comes out. He blocks the defensive back off, and then they just throw the screen right to the receiver. They've done this like 16, 17 times.
Well, what's happening realistically is the play clock's down to 8. Is the Lions are actually seeing how deep the Firebirds are playing off, and they're taking advantage of it. And Katz throws deep, and pass is going to be complete Fortson with the reception, touchdown Lions. So with 40 seconds to go, the Lions extend their lead 54-13. A tough break for the Firebirds as we expected to come in and compete in this game, and it hasn't quite been the competition that they anticipated. Snap placed down, the kick up by Wolf is up. Looks good, and it is good. Your new score with 11.7 seconds to go. The Lions 55, the Firebirds 13. So we are in the midst right now of some great competition, and I've been enjoying bringing you all the play-by-play action of your Georgia Firebirds, not only here but wherever they go. As the Frankie the Firebird I see is taking pictures with the fans, and the young lady has probably got a thrill of a lifetime for a little while as Frankie always loves the kids. I guess that's my cliche for the broadcast. You know, as we all love the kids, G-Big Productions, Frankie the Firebird is one kid is taking a selfie with Frankie right now. Wolf set to kick this one off. He takes this one high, end over end. This one maneuvers through the overhead obstruction and falls down out of bounds. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, first down and 10 for your Georgia Firebirds.
Firebirds just need to put together a drive. Take your time about doing it. Put together a real nice drive.
The biggest thing that I've seen right now as the quarter comes to an end, and with that being said, we'll throw it back to radio control and take a 30-second break. When we come back, we're going to talk more Firebirds football and some of the things that I've seen as you're enjoying this contest on Rock 103 FM. We are here at the Albany James H. Gray Civic Center as your Georgia Firebirds trail the Columbus Lions 55-13 as we're set to start the final quarter of this contest. And I see Frankie the Firebird has made his way up around our broadcast booth. And I want to say hey and what's up to Frankie the Firebird. But, Ken, the biggest thing that I've seen here, and we talk about this, is just, and this week I can put the rust on the lack of practice time this week.
Okay.
The Firebirds really did not practice an awful lot because the Civic Center was in use for most of the week. Samus once again under center. High motion man looks to be Atkins. Here's a snap. Simmons drops back. He waits. Looks. He's going deep. Simmons throws deep. Atkins broke off his route.
Miscommunication.
So that's going to bring up a second down and 10. And once again, I talk about the rust factor right now.
I tell you, on that play, they run that same play again. Pump fake deep. Guy stops at the 10, comes back. It's wide open. Those guys took off for the ball.
Well,
He was sitting on the 10-yard line by himself.
The only negative about that pump fake is it frees that jack linebacker to go anywhere on the field. He can't. He doesn't have to stay in the box. Semus once again takes the snap, drops back. He's under pressure, and he is nailed. Ball goes into the end zone, and it's going to be a safety.
Wow.
As the Columbus Lions are still pouring it on. And going to give that safety to
Washington, number 7. He made the hit. I don't know if he recovered it, but wow. Should give him the points.
So the score goes 57-13 to the Lions. This is not the game that the Firebirds scripted at all. As the Firebirds will take possession of the football. Well, as they've got to kick it off to the Lions will will get the football back with a chance to pour it on a little more.
That was one of those man hits. Oh, man.
Well, it happens. Tough break. But bottom line, you live to fight another day, as the Lions have 7 guys up, and it looks like they have their hands team up front. Chad Spencer set to kick this one off. Here's the run up. The kick high, end over end. It hits the top of the concrete. He was aiming for the deuce, couldn't quite get it.
Just a little bit wide left. They did have the distance on it. Wide left.
That's true. 13:58, clock continues to run. We've got a new quarterback in for the Lions.
Here comes the play.
And that's Rashid Green, and the pass is complete out to Jarman Fortson. And he's going to pick up about 7 yards on the play, bringing up a second down. Green once again under center. High motion man is Reeves. Green drops back, waits, looks, all kinds of time passes complete underneath. Complete to Reeves. It's going to be dragged down inside the 10 to about the 5. That's good enough for another Lions first down.
Reeves did a nice hesitation move over the middle. He sat down at the 15. The DBs went by, and then he took off for the second part of the move. Good job. Good route running on Reeves. Then again, at 6'8", 240 pounds.
Green is going to fake the throw as he's got. We had some great coverage on as Corey Rue picked up as they tried to run the tight end, slip the tight end out, and Corey Rue, the veteran that he is, saw it, got right out there on him, because and here's the other rule, if the tight end releases down the field, the jack in the box also goes off.
Right. Now Rue had a good chance for the interception. He knows it. He just missed it. It went right through his hands. That's one of the breaks we were referring to earlier.
Green takes the snap.
A new quarterback draw here.
And he's going to be dropped at about the 3-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and goal, 2 yards on the carry. Green once again. Under center. High motion man is Fortson. Here's a snap. He's going to try to take it around the end, takes it underneath, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. And Zach Brown had an opportunity to get onto him, but the speed of Green, and he cut up underneath Zach Brown and took it in for a score. Your new score with 10:57 to go. The Lions of Columbus lead 63-13. Wolf is on to attempt the PAT. Here's the snap, the place down, the kick's up. Looks good, and it is good. Your new score with 10:33 remaining, the Columbus Lions lead 64-13. And once again, with the Firebirds need to come up with an answer, something positive here to try to turn the tide, so to speak.
I'll tell you, Columbus, I mean, they're the cream of the crop of the league. I don't know if you noticed that Columbus has had 6 different guys score touchdowns. Mm-hmm. 6 different guys. You know who's getting worn out the hardest in this game? Their kicker. Their kicker is getting worn out. He is just, I mean, he's got to be out there after every point. Kicking off and everything. He's getting worn out. Still doing a good job, though.
Wolf getting set to tee this one up and kick it off. Here's the run up and the kick. High, end over end. That one goes into the stands. The ball will come out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Flames.
So, Eric, there's a good point right there. I mean, we've been watching a lot of balls go into the stands. You can explain when you kick the ball off and it goes into the stands in the back. I've seen they've had to give those balls up, give them back to the field.
Yes, and the reason being is because the kicker's always aiming to get that deuce. So what happens is, because you're going to have so many kick balls in the end zone, because if you look at the score here, there have been 10 touchdowns in this game. Possibly 10 kick balls. So that's 10 balls, $600.
Yes, sir.
Semus once again drops back throw. Ball is going to be tipped and intercepted.
This is going to be interesting.
Ball is on the ground.
This is going to be interesting.
And they're going to have a lateral.
If there is somebody's going to get plastered. I guarantee you.
And there it is.
Face mask. I kind of knew there was going to be some extracurricular activity on this one.
And Danny Bunch grabs a face full of face masks because the Lions were trying to have some fun and some razzle-dazzle and tossing it back. And when you do something like that, sometimes there will be some reprisals and retaliation. So with that penalty, it's going to be half the distance to the goal. And that play was kind of, I hate to say Barry Sander-esque, with you ran about 200 to 250 yards and you picked up about 30 on the play, about 25 on the play. So with 9:52, turnover. Ball's going to be spotted. It's going to be half the distance to the goal because the penalty, let's see where the spot is. They're going to say he was down at about the 11. So half the distance to the goal from the 11 should be the 6-yard line. Or the 5.5 rather.
Which gives Columbus another opportunity to score. 9:52 left in the fourth quarter.
And that's where they're going to spot it. half the distance to the goal. Ball spotted at the 5.5-yard line. Green once again under center. Reeves, the high motion man. Green drops back. He's going to lob it over the top. And it's going to be incomplete, as Green was going to say he was interfered with. And I'm going to say, no, not today.
No.
Deion Small declares as the tight end for the Lions. We had movement on the Lions, so that should be a false start against the Lions. Let's see what the officials call. So that is against the Lions, 5-yard penalty. It's going to bring up a first down and goal. Ball spotted now back at the 10.5-yard line. Green once again under center. Here's a snap. Green under some duress. Looks over the top. He's going to throw. Pass is going to be complete to Reeves for a touchdown.
Now Columbus is making it look easy.
And you're right. But part of this really is, and we've got new players that are out there that really haven't learned the scheme, the terminology, or the system.
Right.
They're great athletes, but when you play against a team like the Columbus Lions, you're going to have to be sound fundamentally and know what you need to do. And we've got a flag on the play, and they're probably it's going to be a hold against number 7, Kendrick Washington. Let's wait and see what the officials call. Okay, the extra point is good, so they're going to call an illegal formation on the Firebirds, and they're going to call Ralph Scott for the illegal formation. And basically what happens is on field goal and PAT attempts in arena football, you have to line up, head up to the lineman. He was lined up on the tackle's outside shoulder.
Okay.
So when he rushed up the field, he was not head up, so immediately that's a penalty for an illegal defense. And I see Michael Fowler, the county coroner. He's making his way and making his rounds. He is up for re-election here. And they finally took those 2 points off the scoreboard, Ken.
Oh, well. All I can say is thank you.
Yeah, nobody noticed, and I was like, wow. And a big shout out to Eric Tabor Jr. directing the broadcast, as his eagle eye spotted it right off the bat. Wolf kicks this one high, end over end. Looks like he's aiming for the deuce. It looks like he's got it. And Fortson hits the deuce. Wolf hits the deuce, expanding the Lions' lead. Now we can add 2 to it, and now the score would have been correct.
I see Columbus has brought some fans with them.
And they have, as the Lions are undefeated this season, 5-0 coming into this contest. And a tough break for your Georgia Firebirds. As we've got a new quarterback in for the Georgia Firebirds, Marcus Brooks is in, and Larry Edwards for the Lions has checked out of the ball game. And they're going to give it to Reeves. Reeves fumbles the football, and looks like he's recovered. It's going to be second down. Reeves took the handoff and fumbled the football. But he had the wherewithal to recover it, so that's going to bring up a second down and 10.
I hope Nate is all right because it was that hit not too long ago. Now we have a new quarterback in.
Well, you want to give both guys some playing time because they all want a little PT. Brooks calling out the signals. High motion man is Atkins. Brooks drops back, waits, looks. He's going deep. He's got Atkins, but guess what? The ball sailed on him in a little bit and give the interception to the Lions. Jerome Jr., 6'2", 205-pounder from UConn with the interception. And the Lions take possession once again with 6:50 remaining in the contest.
Now we see Nate, when he was the quarterback, drop back, did his 3-step drop, and then step up, shoot it down the field. We got Brooks in, and we commented the last time we were here that Brooks does not step into the ball. So once again, we get the air under the ball. Consequently, now we get the interception.
Here's the snap. Green under some duress. He rolls out. He decides to tuck and run, and he takes it out of bounds at about he rushes to about the 17, get him to the 18-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and about a yard. It's going to be a long one or a short two, whichever way you want to call it. Green's going to throw the screen. Pass is complete out to Fuller. Fuller is going to be driven into the dasher boards, but we've got a flag.
I see Fuller's having a good time.
As we're waiting for the officials to give us the call. Okay, so they're going to wave off the flag and pick it up. Clock down to 5:57. As I think you just want to live and regroup and fight this game another day. High motion man looks to be Reeves. Green takes the snap. 7 steps under some duress, throws underneath, just throws it away, incomplete. Looks like they were trying to set up a screen to the fullback, Wheeler, but he was covered on the play by the Firebirds, and that was number 21, Ralph Scott. Scott plays defensive end and right now he is at the MAC linebacker, as Zach Brown has moved to defensive end in this scenario. Quick pitch goes out to Aaron Wheeler. Wheeler just bowls over some folks. Picks up some positive yards to keep the clock rolling. He's down to about the 18-yard line. That's going to bring up a second down and about 4. Here's the snap. Reeves is going to give it once again to Big A. Aaron Wheeler. Wheeler fights down to about the 15-yard line, close to a first down, but that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's a little thing that's uncharacteristic of Columbus. I believe that Columbus is just trying to wear out the clock. They're just going to try to run this clock down. I mean, you know, scoring another touchdown, it doesn't mean that much. I mean, 2 running plays in a row.
Agreed. Green once again under center. Here's the snap. Green's going to just try to take it and run underneath. I don't think he got to the first down. They're going to mark him down at the 15-yard line. And so the Firebirds will take possession at the 15-yard line. And the Firebirds have fanned the flame here, trailing by about 6 dozen. 3:45 to go in the contest.
Good sign of sportsmanship from Columbus. I mean, because it wasn't like the Firebirds were stopping them at all. So now, you know, you slow the game down and let the time run. I know this might even sound crazy, but I'm more impressed with the Firebirds after we watched that first time they played Columbus, but I'm more impressed with the Firebirds for the things that they've done today. I mean, we've talked about the bad breaks, okay, but still, you know, the score being 73-13. I'm still impressed by the way they were playing, you know, take away the breaks, but they were still playing like a team that has gotten better over the year. Because when we saw them the first time, we didn't know how long in the Arena Football League, how long it was going to last. But now, I mean, matter of fact, I'm really proud of the way they've played today.
And I agree 100%. You know, you live to fight another day, and this is one of these instances tonight where you knew coming in, we thought it would be competitive.
Right.
But with the lack of practice right now, that was, I think, the determining factor, because that rust factor, I felt like, had a lot to do with it.
Well, Eric, we usually agree on everything, but I don't know whether it be the rust or whether they had practice or not. Columbus, not taking anything away from them, they are just the cream of the crop. They're tight at every position. I mean, from the quarterback on down to the linemen, the defense, everything. I mean, they've been around 11 years. They're able to get the players that can, you know, consistently make their team and make their team better. With that in mind, I see the Firebirds from this game here, much improved, get a few more players, and they can, I don't know if they can get to Columbus by next year, but I will say this, that they look much better, and I believe that they can grow as a team.
Well, Ken, I don't know if you saw the twinkle in my eye right here, but I see a much improved team next season.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say why, but right. I can tell you that this will be a much improved team next year.
Okay, Eric. Who's coming? Okay, you won't tell me now, but I know somebody's coming.
Brooks under center. High motion man looks to be Jesse Atkins. Trips formation to the far side. Jesse's coming to the near side. Here's the snap. They're going to just give it to the fullback, Rivera just carrying people and fighting, and picks up about 6 yards on the play. And that's what I like to see, is no quit in this team. Even though this is not a great game, you still do not see any quit in these Firebirds. And on the backside, if you look in the difference the way Columbus is playing, you see they're playing tight on that backside guy. Now the pass is complete to Atkins. Atkins makes a move. Atkins is to the 25.
Oh, man.
And runs into his own man. And both Atkins and, for a second, Jupiter were down. Atkins is back up. And he's going to stay in the game. I thought he was going to come out. The officials are saying an injury timeout, so Atkins is going to have to come out. Checking into the game for the Firebirds is going to be number 19, DeAndre Purnell.
Uh-oh. What do we have here?
As we're waiting now to see We're waiting on the officials to make some notes for something as they're having an official huddle right now. But while we got this timeout, I want to take a quick second to thank all of our listeners once again for tuning in, and want to remind you that next Saturday, May the 7th, the Youth Indoor Football League Championship games will take place. I invite and encourage everyone within the sound of my voice to come out to the Albany James H. Gray Civic Center Saturday morning and enjoy some great youth football. Brooks once again under center. High motion man is going to be Parnell. Here's the snap. Brooks drops back off of his back foot. Throw pass is complete. And that's to number 16, Lightburn. He makes the reception, gets out of bounds. So the clock will continue to run with 2:12. That's going to bring up a second down and about 4 for the Firebirds. Purnell once again under center. Purnell going deep. Purnell just broke off his route, and he cut to the inside when the throw by Brooks was going outside. Ball goes incomplete. Clock continuing to run with 1:35 remaining in the contest.
Little, as I call it, a little late game lag. Receiver goes out, doesn't complete his route, lets the defensive man, manhandle him. Got to keep playing on through to the whistle, to the end of the game.
Brooks once again under center. High motion man looks to be Purnell. Brooks drops back, waits, looks, throws. Pass is going to be caught for a touchdown by the Firebirds. But hold the phone, there's a flag on the field. I stand corrected. That was Lightburn with the reception, but we've got a penalty flag on the field.
It's going to be face mask against Firebirds.
So that's going to be before the touchdown, and that's what we're talking about with the personal foul calls. If it happens before the touchdown, then the play doesn't count. If it happened after the touchdown, then it counts and you penalized later.
Right, okay. So this one we're seeing happen before the touchdown.
Correct.
Okay.
So here we go, third down. Ball is now spotted on the Firebirds' 23-yard line. We've got 1 minute to go in the contest, and 1 minute timing rules will take effect right now. Once again, Brooks under center. High motion man is Isaiah Jupiter.
Ooh, there's a hit.
Pass is complete. Lightburn is going to take it in for the score. And Danny Bunch delivered what I call a whopper chopper of a blow. I mean, it was like he took the guy, just threw him into a blender and grind him up. I don't know what. If I can't say it on the air, but I don't know who put something in his cornflakes. But Danny Bunch, wow.
Now we are referring to the hit on Fortson.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, knocked his helmet off him. But I have a hunch Fortson knew it was coming. He was saying something to somebody.
52.2 seconds. The Firebirds are going for 2. Isaiah Jupiter coming into circle motion. Throw it in the back of the end zone for Jupiter. And we've got a flag in the end zone, and that's going to be an interference call. So with that said, the Firebirds will get another opportunity as we had a pass interference call in the end zone. (73-19) your score right now. This time DeAndre Purnell is the high motion man. Brooks under center. We've got trips to the near side. We're going right to left on your radio dial. Brooks under some duress. He's going to lose he's going to go down at about the 5-yard line. The PA attempt is no good. So with that being said, 47.1 seconds to go. Your Firebirds score, but missed on the PAT attempt or the two-point conversion. So out comes Chad Spencer.
Has to get him a deuce now, right?
Yeah, here's my question here. Do you try an onside kick or do you just go ahead and aim for the deuce?
You aim for the deuce. No need to get somebody hurt. Aim for the deuce. Get the 2 points, break the 20 barrier.
Here we go as Spencer getting set to kick this one off. As we'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the broadcast and hope you enjoyed listening as we've enjoyed bringing this game to you. I'd also like to thank the young lady who's actually working the cameras here for us and give her a shout out as Spencer's kick is high, end over end. It's going to go to the back of the end zone. It's going to be returnable by John Harris. Harris is out to the 5. He's to the 10. He makes a move and he's going to dance and shook and jive and go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. John Harris, another product here of South Georgia, makes his home up in Americus, Georgia, just a few miles from here. And one of the things, Ken, here's a little trivia. Can we name someone famous from that Americus area?
Oh, you know I can't. From New Jersey myself, so I won't be able to tell you that.
I can give you a clue on 2 guys.
You give me a clue on 19 guys, and I still couldn't come up with it. So,
and they're going to give it to Aaron Wheeler. Aaron Wheeler gets positive yards. Ball is going to be spotted at about the 17-yard line. But one of the gentlemen I was going to tell you, and everybody who's an NFL aficionado will know him. He was the former head coach of the Denver Broncos.
Okay. Dag, everybody that knows the Denver Broncos are my team. How about Norton?
No, Dan Reeves.
Oh, Dan Reeves. Okay. All right.
As Aaron Wheeler takes it again for a couple of yards here and goes down as the play clock stops at 8 point. The game clock continues to run, and that should wrap it up. But one of the other famous people from the Americus, Georgia area is a former president. He's actually number 38, the 38th president, Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter, okay. All right then. So Dan Reeves and Jimmy Carter.
And there's another NFL head coach from Americus, Georgia, but Jimmy Carter was actually from Plains, Georgia, just outside of Americus. But the guy I'm going to tell you is another NFL head coach that's from Americus.
Okay.
Chan Gailey.
From the San Diego Chargers, and he coached another team. Was it the Washington Redskins? Chan Gailey, Chargers, and what was the other team? Was there another team?
I'll tell you what, let's make this a contest and let's see if the fans can tell us. All right, fans, go to the Georgia Firebirds Facebook page and let us know what teams Chan Gailey coached in the NFL. But with that said, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into the broadcast on behalf of Eric Tabor, Ken Jones, the Georgia Firebirds organization, the AIF, and the Albany James H. Gray Civic Center, and all of the sponsors, including Good Life Vapor, Buffalo Rock Pepsi, 2 Commas, and Easy Copy. Good night and so long from the Albany James H. Gray Civic Center as your Panthers take one on the chin. Final score, Columbus 73, Georgia 19. Join us next week, same bat time, same bat channel, right here on Rock 103 as your Georgia Firebirds will take on the South Carolina Ravens. Stick and stay. Enjoy yourself. We're going to throw it back to radio control. Good night from the Albany James H. Gray Civic Center.